Victorian-mounted rifles was held here back in the 1800s, 1880, 1890, and in 1886, that's going back a long time ago, back in the 1800s, a horse racing event was held right here at Town. Yes, welcome to another episode of TREV'S Bushland Adventures, and we're here at Shadforth Reserve, here at Town, and horse races were held here back in the 1886. It was a big event in those days. Then, so until that was held up to World War II. So then there were two equestrian events held here not so long ago, back a few years ago, back in 2016 and 17. So it's an abandoned area, and it's a well-preserved reserve. We call this the Shadforth Reserve Walk. We're just going to check around to see what we can see. Let's go. On the edge of Violet Town, amongst handsome rural outlooks, Shadforth Reserve presents a fine example of a grassy woodland with community management. In the 1880s and 90s, a Victorian mounted rifles were trained here. In 1886, Violet Town Racing Club acquired 141 acres. The first racehorse was held in March 1890. Races continued until at least World War II. Two equestrian events were held in 2016 and 2017. Look at this. There's a pole that says number 2. Now this used to be a racetrack, the horse racing, right here. Yeah. Right here at Town. For a very easy 1.8 kilometre walk, the old racecourse has a smooth, firm, sandy base, suitable for all visitors of all abilities and mobility devices. The oval part of the area inside the racecourse includes 2 sports fields. These grassy open spaces remain and are perfect for dogs to run free. Looking for some quiet time under a tree by the water, some reading, or a yabby or two, is the island pond. Imagine that. That's the track behind me. The track that I was walking on. You wouldn't think it was a racetrack, horse racetrack. It's quite muddy actually, so You can tell by the mile markers that I showed you before. There's 2 and there was 3 and there's 4. They're the mile markers for the horse racing. Yeah, so just dating back to the 1800s. Yeah, long time ago. And lots of nature here, lots of woodland, lots of trees, and lots of flora and fauna. You can hear the frogs croaking in the background. Can you hear those? Yeah, it's a bit of a swamp area really. Lovely area. I love the nature. The plantings here date back to 2006, managed by the community. Access plans for wood harvesting. If you visit this reserve in the springtime, explore the track near the forested Shadforth Road and Hoskin Lane. Makes for the productive wildflower searching. Nestled against the Shadforth Road boundary are the 3 ponds, very pretty, clustered together, that are home to the frogs and other aquatic life. Oh, how wonderful this is. Great nature. This is the 3 ponds. Lots of nature here. You can hear the frogs. You can hear the nature. I could just sit here all day. What a wonderful scene. Of course, being an old racecourse, going back in the 1800s, it's just a real journey here. Lots of history and going back in time. But today, you can just hear a pin drop and you can hear the frogs, the nature, the wind. Yeah, beautiful. There's 3 ponds, 1, 2, 3. One right behind me. These old sand scrapes and tree-bordered grassy fairway avenues are attractive features of the walk. These specimens of trees are an example of some of the nature indigenous trees on the reserve, as well as some lowering grey box, the white box and the yellow box gum. Now this is what I mean by gum trees with different colours. Now the one over there in the middle is the white box because it's white, and the one a little bit there is the grey box. That's the grey box because it's coloured grey. Then you'll find there are red box, which is the ironbark. They look black, they look burnt, but that's the way it is. That's the ironbark tree. And you got the red box here as well. That's the red gum. So there's all sorts of trees, of gum trees. And a lot of these have been rotted, been damaged by wind, and could even be drought when we had a drought because there wasn't enough water. Yeah. Here you'll hear all different types of birds, and that is, you'll hear the grey crowned babble, they call it, and they're known as the Yahoo bird. Yahoo, yes. And it's the females, they call out Yah. And the male, You, Who, Yahoo. So the females, Yah, and the male call out Who. The Yahoo bird is known as the grey crowned babble. You'll find that in these trees behind me and surround. They come out in the springtime really, and of course you can hear the cockatoos in the background. That's quite an Australian bird, very rowdy. Yeah. Volunteers continue to improve the conservation values of the reserve. This once was a horse racing track for gallopers and for trotting events. Here stands the finishing post. Walk or run the 1.8 kilometre circuit. The old golf club house was built by the local volunteer labour, and here stands an organisation we call the Men's Shed. Okay, now we've finished our journey around the old racecourse. And of course, before the horse racing was here, well, this is the finishing post area. So of the horse racing back in the 1800s. Before the horse racing event, used to be Victorian mounted rifles. That was during the World War, before the World War II. So they were trained here. And so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this journey. And such a beautiful place, and of course it's winter time here and everywhere it's quite muddy, so I couldn't get to certain places that I wanted to go. Anyway, so this concludes the my adventures for a little while. I'm going to have a break. It's a mid-year break, and I will be back with another upload on the 22nd of July. So we're going to have a break, and so my next adventure will be Turkle. We're going to do the Turkle River walk. Could even be a bike ride. We'll see what happens depending on the weather. I shall see you there at Turkle. I hope you enjoyed this journey here in Town. Shadforth Reserve.